Hello, my lovelies. Happy Friday. You made it through another week. You guys voted on what you wanted to see for this week's live stream, and it was pretty much a tie between two things. And then the overwhelming majority was for the mystery readings. So we're going to do a couple that I've never done on the channel before today. If you guys hold all of your questions until the end, I will be pulling a couple of free cards for people at the end, but please hold your questions until the end. Some of these are kind of long readings. The first one that I'm going to do is about reincarnation or past lives. And so that one's going to take just a little bit longer than usual for my readings. I have another one that we're going to do that's called Uncover Your Calling. So if you feel like you still don't know which way to turn or what to do for your calling, you're like, hey, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing here on this planet. We're going to try and uncover that for you. The third one we have is kind of like what steps you can take in order to kind of achieve that goal, or to see where maybe you are a little stuck in your energy and you want to try and go forward. So those are the three mystery readings that we're going to do this afternoon, as well as I'm going to read for the zodiac signs for the weekend messages, but I'm going to do it by element. Excuse me, it goes a little bit quicker that way. So if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Damsel in Distress Tarot, or you can call me Jen, Jenna, either one is fine. I am an intuitive tarot reader, a psychic medium, and an empath. And so I use my readings to be able to help people along their journey, help them see what's maybe keeping them stuck in their own life so that we can go forward into something that's better for us, or into our true destiny and our calling. So we're going to get started with the longer readings, our mystery readings today, and we're going to see what exactly we have. Hi, Raw Nature. How are you? It's always good to see familiar people in the chat. All right, let's see what we have for this reincarnation spread. Now, keep in mind, this is probably not going to resonate for everybody who sees this. That's all right, but it's something that I've wanted to put on the channel for a while, and so this gave me the opportunity to do that because it didn't really fit in the regular readings, and it's something that I feel like could help people. So I'm going to include this in the list of readings that I offer going forward, so that if you guys wanted to do one that is a like personal reading that you book with me for this, that will be an option after today. Raw Nature, I'm in the Chinese restaurant drinking some and writing some. Awesome. Eat something good. I love Chinese food. All right, let's see what we have for our reincarnation spread. So the first question is, who was I in my past life? Well, it looks like you could have been somebody who was definitely a lover of someone else. Let's see what else we have. Ace of Coins. You could have had a lot of abundance in your life. So love and abundance might have been two themes. We have Gemini energy with the Lovers, and we also have Earth energy with the Ace of Coins. So Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So those could have been important. See what else we have. Was I married? I would say you probably were, because we have the Lovers. Let's see what else. Were my collective married in their past life? Yes. So we have the Hierophant that symbolizes marriage. Again, Taurus energy. Was I happy in my past life? Knight of Coins. I think that you tried to overcome a lot of challenges when it came to finances. And I think that this is also something that you may have had to travel or relocate several times to kind of get a job that was working for you, or where you were able to find your actual abundance. So I think there was a lot of travel involved. Let's see, what kind of work did I do? Five of Swords. It was very confusing. So I feel like maybe you weren't quite equipped on this particular path. We also have the Knight of Coins, which symbolizes that there were opportunities to be able to go forward into advancement in your career. But I also feel like this is something where maybe it left you confused on what to do going forward in a particular area. Let's see. When I was young, I always wanted to have a, what is this in English? The Seaman. Have the Pinochel, but with one eye. A pirate? A pirate with one eye? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I never got it. Maybe it was a sailor or a pirate. Yeah, a pirate. Interesting. How funny. No, not a pirate. You tell me. You tell me what it is. Okay, let's see. Where are we? What kind of work did I do? Was I honorable? So yes. So the Hermit could also have been like a monk. So maybe this was something that maybe you were in the clergy. We do have the Hierophant as well. And maybe this was something where you were kind of a nomad or kind of a loner. The Hermit is Virgo energy. You could have also been some sort of mystical healer. Let's see, what else am I picking up from this? Oh, what are those called? It's like ancient healers, not a nomad. What is the word I'm looking for? Like a pagan or a Viking or something like that, that I feel like you did a lot of soul searching, maybe a lot of mystical arts, things like that. That could also be something relevant. Let's see. And this was also for, was I honorable? You could have also been like a knight or some sort of like in an army or some sort of warrior that might have paid off for you, that maybe you were some sort of, ooh, they're showing me like the Knights Templar. That's interesting. So like ancient stuff going on here, but that it's like you fought for a noble or honorable cause. All right, let's see, what else do we have? What challenges did I face? The device. Let's see. I'm not sure what the device is that you're referring to. I'll have to think about that for a second. What pirates were used? Oh, like navigational stuff? They would have had like a compass that would have showed directions, like the telescope looking thing to see distance, things like that. No? The tube. Oh, like a binocular or like a telescope sort of thing where they could see long distance, that sort of thing. I'm not sure what that's actually called. Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about though, so that's good. All right, let's see. What challenges did I face? What challenges did we face? Love. Love was a challenge. I feel like maybe you had to be away from your partner, your spouse in your past life, maybe due to like battles or wars, work, things like that, different circumstances. Maybe you had to travel a lot. And so that was something that was very difficult for you in your past life. Was I famous? Let's see. No, but I think that was something that you might have wanted. So maybe your work life definitely didn't pan out how you wanted it to, and you waited and waited and waited for your ships to come in. But it's like you almost were confused and waited your whole life for things to change, but that it doesn't look like they really did. So no, I don't think you were famous. Was my health good? Yes, I think that you were very logical. Maybe you tried to make wise decisions. I think you might have had anxiety, that you were a bit of an overthinker. You may have been a bit of a tyrant. This King of Swords in this depiction, I really feel like kind of shows just how stoic you could have been. Like, didn't really show the emotions, that thoughts were really kind of overtaking your body and things like that. Just a lot of overthinking and anxiety. Let's see. How did I die? Let's see what we can get from how did I die? By the sword. Exhaustion, being burnt out, fatigue. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, all right. Could have had to do with a love relationship. I'm feeling like could have died of a broken heart. What else do we have? Needing to walk away from battles and didn't. And judgment. So I feel like the divine may have intervened. This might have been something where you were taken out in maybe some sort of natural disaster, catastrophe. Let's see. Is that, and I might be wrong, isn't that like the Swiss flag right here? The red cross and the white? I feel like war was something that really took somebody out in the collective, whoever's going to watch this. That war could have been something, that divine intervention, love could have been an issue for sure as to how you died. But I think some of you died in battle, like war. Let's see. Did I have a soulmate? Yes. I feel like you had somebody in your life that really loved you. And I feel like you had to be apart from this person for a lot during your life. Again, I think you were in a lot of battles, maybe a lot of wars. Work definitely took you away from home a lot. And so that was something that you deeply wanted, was love. And we had the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Two of Cups. So you were definitely married or had somebody significant in your life. Let's see, what else do we have? or Old English flag? Yes. All right, let's see. Did I have a soulmate? Current partners from your past life. Do you have current partners in your life from a past life? Could. Let's see. Queen of Swords. So this is somebody that I feel like could be kind of definitely your equal. We have the Queen and King of Swords. So I think that, yes, there could be somebody in your life currently that was a soulmate or a partner from the past life. This could be an ex currently. When the Queen of Swords comes out, she doesn't settle for like bullshit. She doesn't settle for things that are beneath her. She's got high standards because she knows what she deserves. She's also very calculated. She makes bold decisions, but she thinks about them. She's also got a guarded heart, and she's somebody who doesn't show her emotions easily. So that might be a bit of a challenge in your current situation if you're with somebody, or again, it could be an ex. Are the parents in your life from your past life? Let's see. Two of Swords. So yes, and I think you chose them before you incarnated in this life, that a decision was made or a decision needing to be made about what you wanted for this life, and that you had a lot of challenges to overcome, and that they were kind of either helping you to see what those were to walk away from, or that they were helping you to kind of figure out how strong you are in this life to be able to walk away from some challenges from your past life. Let's see, any family from your past life in the current life? All right, Nine of Swords. Lots of confusion around that. Lots of overthinking. I feel like that could be something that came from the past life as well, the overthinking, the anxiety. And I do think that that carried over into this life, that it might be a challenge. Good communication, I think, is going to be important in this life, especially in love. That might also be an obstacle in this life if you're single, if things aren't working out in the love department, that might be really important to communicate more of your feelings, and that there might also be a lot of options. So I think you have a lot of soul ties in this life from previous lifetimes, and that's pretty common. I see that a lot in a lot of the readings, that there's like issues with certain people, and it's like we don't really know why, we just can never get on the same page. But I feel like that's something they're meant to teach you lessons, and remember that relationships are assignments. So this could absolutely be something that you're still trying to overcome and deal with. What do I need to learn now in the current life? What do we need to know now? All right, to cause some sort of truce, laying down the swords, not keeping the battles going. So the overthinking has to kind of be dealt with. And I feel like if you battle with somebody regularly, whether that's a partner, siblings, parents, things like that, people in general, that it's time to find the calm in our life, to find the peace, and to get out of the conflict and into calmer waters. Let's see, will I reincarnate after this lifetime? Eight of Coins. If your soul still has more work to do, I feel like it could be a yes. If you feel like your purpose is served and like you don't desire to come back, you've fulfilled all the things that you can think of that you want to do. Maybe you got to travel where you wanted to, you had the family you wanted to, all those things, the job that you wanted to, then you're probably not going to, unless there's something else your soul wants to learn. But I feel like if you're putting in the hard work in this life, then your mission might be complete. So I feel like you have a decision to weigh in order to decide whether you want to. I have decided I don't want to reincarnate after this, at least not right away. If I do, it would be a long time in the future. And Four of Cups. So this is some sort of like opportunity that's hidden. So again, I think if there's something that you really want to address in another life that you feel like you missed out on in this one, that is possible, that you're thinking about it, but that there's an opportunity that will present itself. Let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. Can't post flags here. Don't let me. Sound like my life, overthinking 100% me. Me too. I'm guilty. What happens if I don't come back? Do I ever remember in the end of the day all of it? Yes. So when we pass over, we go through what's called a life review. You can also do some of that while you're still physically here. So past life regressions, things like that, meditations to help you remember or recall all of your soul memories. So our soul is like the keeper of the knowledge, I like to call it. Your soul is actually kind of like a record of all of the lives that you've lived. If you've ever heard of the Akashic records, that's like the library of knowledge of all of our lifetimes that our soul has learned from. And so we are able to tap into that through things like meditation, past life regression, things like that will actually help us to be able to recall some of that. And I actually wrote about that in my first book, Stepping Stones to Destiny, and I'm covering more of that in the second book that I'm currently working on. So if you're interested in that, in the description of all the videos or on the About page on my profile, you will see the link to be able to look at the book or to purchase it. Let's see, because what is the point? What is the point of remembering it? So that we tap into the knowledge, because that's what we're here to do. So think of school as, or think of schools, think of Earth as our school. It's our classroom. And so we're here to learn, we're here to learn how to be a better soul, basically. And we're doing the hard work here on Earth. It's a lot of challenges, and it's a lot of being tested. It's a lot of opportunities to give us soul growth and development. And we take that back with us to the other side, and we do other jobs on the other side. Sometimes we're a guardian for others. Sometimes we're a guide for others. There's many different jobs over there on the other side. So we're here to learn and develop so that we can use that in either other lifetimes or on the other side to help others in the physical as well as the spiritual. Let's see. At least right away. Yes, please, God. Not at least right away. Yes, please, God. Totally get it. Yep. I'm definitely, it's like, so we signed up to be here for the shift, right? And so our life is usually a little bit, not a little bit, it's a lot more challenging than maybe others around us because we signed up for that. We made a conscious choice. We made a choice to come and incarnate here at this time to help assist with the shift. Now, my wave of volunteers would have been from the 80s into, I want to say, like the mid to late 80s, so like 86 to 89. And so that was my wave. We're called the second wave of volunteers. Really great book by Dolores Cannon called The Three Waves of Volunteers. And she was a licensed hypnotherapist, and she did thousands of hypno sessions with people where they were actually telling her all of these things from the other side. And so they tapped into basically their Akashic records, their soul library, and were able to document thousands of these people all over the world that had similar experiences. And so she was able to basically figure out that there were three waves of volunteers. So think of the baby boom generation would have been in like the 40s, 50s to 60s. That age range. So like my parents' generation was the baby boom generation after World War II. And there was a huge influx of children being born at that time. That was the first wave of volunteers. They kind of paved the way for the second and the third and so on to come through to be able to shift things, to shift the paradigm, to get the ball rolling for change to happen. So you think of like Woodstock, you think of sex, love, drugs, all those things that were going on at that time, self-discovery, loving each other and like squashing all the differences, segregation, things like that were ending. And just all of these major changes in the world collectively were starting to happen. The second wave were the observers, were the documenters. Our purpose is to be here, to feel the energy, to transmute the energy, and to help shift the vibration into higher frequency so that the third wave, our children that are coming through and growing up, are going to be the ones that really do like the big game changing moves. So changing how society is as a whole, changing how our government works, changing our money structure, changing all of these things that do not work. And we know they don't work because we've had, a good few hundred years here over in America to kind of iron the kinks out, and we're failing miserably. We're doing a really poor job of that. So my generation is here to be able to affect people by just being, holding space, putting our energy out there. So I try really, really hard to not post when I'm in low vibrational frequency, because that's part of my mission work, is to help affect you with positive energy and to help uplift your thoughts and your desires so that you too can fulfill your purpose no matter which wave of the volunteers that you fall into. But we're here to affect change in the world. And so that's part of my mission work here, is to help you guys see what's maybe keeping you stuck so that you can go forward. So hopefully that explains a little bit more of that. Why science says that the planet will be doomed one day. Well, it kind of is. So so scientifically speaking, science says that like our world will end. They're not 100% wrong. They just don't have like all of the details when you factor in that spiritually speaking, what the 3D conscious is. So like our physical reality, what we deal with every day, that is changing. And we're shifting from the 3D into the 5D, which would be the new Earth. But we also have to transcend into the 4th dimension to get to the 5th dimension. So I feel like a lot of people are waking up. They're waking up to the reality that this is all we kind of make our own reality, so to speak. And so we have to kind of quantum leap into this new dimension, but we have to do the inner work. We have to do our soul expansion. We have to do our self-discovery. We have to come into alignment as our true authentic version. That's why I do shadow work here. That's to help you guys see what's causing you setbacks and things that need to be overcome. And so if the message resonates, then that's something you can journal about. You can do some inner work, some deep breathing, and try and really focus on what you want to change going forward. So those are some of those things that I feel like could help you guys to go forward in your future. So science isn't totally wrong. The long and the short of it is they see that things will end. Yes. So if you are aligned with the 5th dimension frequency, you will shift into that 5th dimension reality. So we won't physically be in the 3D. We're currently, if you're on this path of trajectory to kind of align with the 5th dimension, you're going through a lot of upheaval in your life over the last couple of years. And depending on where you are on that timeline dictates kind of how quick you'll transcend into the other realms or to the spiritual. So there's like, they talk of, the rapture in the Bible. They talk about the apocalypse, all these things. It's true. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen like we think it's going to happen. We're in spiritual warfare at this very moment, that we are fighting in different realms. And think of like an Avatar. If you've ever seen that movie Avatar, it was really great at kind of explaining some of this. So it's almost like when we go to our sleep cycle, that we are transcending obstacles of time and space, and that we go into other realms and do other things, that our soul is able to travel. So that's kind of how the 5th dimension will work. It's a lot of telepathic communication. It's a lot of energy, not necessarily our physical vessel that we're in. So while our physical vessel will transcend some of this, it has to go through recalibrations and upgrades in order to ascend to that higher frequency. And we're trying to ascend quickly at this time because what should have taken about 700 or 800 years of evolution, we're trying to do in a very small window of like 5 years. And so as you can imagine, that creates a lot of stress on our vessels, on our body. So dealing with things like health issues, dealing with mental health issues, physical ailments, things like that. Lots of headaches, migraines, body aches, fatigue, just weird symptoms that can't really be explained by modern medicine. Those are called ascension symptoms. It means that your body is recalibrating its frequency to match a higher dimensional energy. There's also something you can look up called the Schumann resonance scale, and it goes through a lot of blackouts here recently, which it never used to do. Well, that measures the frequency of the planet, and sometimes it is extremely high. Other times it's a blackout, meaning it can't be measured at that time. And here in the last couple of months, it's been sitting at around 60, and our normal is about 7.5. So that tells you just how much we're raising that frequency on a collective level regularly. And so we start to feel that. We start to feel all of those aches and pains, or just really run down. Well, why is that happening? Well, our body's trying to match a higher frequency. And if we're at a lower frequency, it takes a lot of effort to kind of keep catching up. And so it's definitely something that takes work, takes meditation, takes practice. And not everybody is going to align with that frequency. So when the scientists are talking about the world ending, that's it's ending our 3D attachment. It's ending our reality as we know it, and that things are actually starting to change. So for a while, we'll almost be in like several dimensions at once where we have to navigate the higher timeline with the lower timeline. And it's like we're trying to find the balance. And there's a lot of juggling back and forth and I've had this happen too. So maybe you have as well, where time either goes really, really fast, where you look at the clock and it's like, wasn't that just like 5 minutes ago and a few hours have passed? Where time is really fast if you're shifting to the higher dimension, or the opposite, time is really dragging on and it seems like there's no real progress. You might be aligned with the lower frequency still. So all of these things tend to change. You'll start to notice different sign symbols, synchronicities that start to happen. And these things are showing you what timeline you could potentially be on. That's not to say you can't shift things in order to hit the higher timeline, but it takes effort and it takes work. So if you've been experiencing like the dark night of the soul the last couple of years, where like all of your inner demons are starting to come up and you're dealing with all of these things, trying to heal family, generational trauma, curses, all those things, where you feel like you're different than everybody else around you, those are things to let you know that you are shifting into a different timeline. Let's see. Is this process natural or slow? You're making my day, month, year when I see Aries updates. So the process is natural. It can be faster. It can be slow. There's too much government and other BS involved. Yes, there absolutely is. I don't want to use the words government, but it is the short way. I totally understand where you're coming from. And yeah, we're going to be careful so we don't get our live taken down or anything. But there's things that are changing, and it's like change is necessary in our world, no matter where the change is affected, whether it's our daily lives, the structure of how our country is ran, things like that. But all of those things are definitely needed. We can't stay in the status quo forever. It won't work. It's like we can't keep living like it's 1775 when it's 2023. Like things have changed. Technology has changed. People have changed. Jobs have changed. Money has changed. All of those things had to change for a reason, because if you stay, like in that timeline, it's not going to work. Something has to evolve in order to go forward. You're listening. I appreciate that. Yes, I have many times. These last days, I see 18, 18, 19, 19, 13, 13, and 10, 10. Okay, so 10, 10 is completing a cycle. Nines would be that you're almost at the finish line. Let's see, 3 would need to be like collaboration or working well with others. And 8s is a lot of abundance. So those could also apply. I would also suggest that you Google all of those numbers that you see, because they're going to have an angel number or a specific spiritual meaning to those. And those are signs from your guides. 23, 23. So let's see. 2 is about union. 3 is about collaboration or working together with others. You did Google it. Awesome. So yeah, I would definitely say that all of those are signs from your guides, from your guardians, from your angel team, and that they're trying to show you where you are on your path, what maybe needs to change. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5 symbolizes change. And so you might be going through a lot of these changes at this time. That could also be that, you're elevating to your own timeline. That's a higher realm timeline as well. So I do think some of those could definitely be part of your journey. So I think that's exciting. And it happens so much. Yeah. So that's really telling you to pay attention to those things. It's not a coincidence that everything happens for a reason, exactly how it's supposed to. All right. Let's see. We're going to uncover your calling. Let's see what we have. I'm going to get a sip of water here real quick. All right. So uncover your calling is the next mystery reading. So we're going to see, what are the strengths that we have? What are the strengths? Uncover your calling. What are our strengths? All right. There we go. My deck all upside down? It is. We'll flip them. All right. So we start with the Emperor, which is Aries energy. So your strengths would be calculated risks, taking bold action, making strategic moves. So think of an Emperor as somebody who makes big judgment calls. So I always think of the Emperor as somebody who is a leader, like a natural leader, also somebody who in battle would make strategic moves to win. So it's like a chess game, a lot of waiting, a lot of decision, a lot of deciphering things and making those calculated moves until you cross the finish line. So the Emperor is the divine masculine in tarot. He and the Empress basically create the entire tarot. So that means that the Emperor is the masculine side. So divine father, let's see, protector, provider, and he's a visionary. He is making his kingdom the way that he wants it to be. So if that sounds like something that you try and do with your life, I feel like this is something that you're aligning with, that energy of the divine masculine. Or you could be, fluctuating between the masculine and the feminine. Once we balance both of those, because we have both masculine and feminine within us, that's when we come into alignment with our specific person. If we have like a twin flame, a soulmate, or someone that we're supposed to do our mission work with. And so I feel like the Emperor, being the Emperor, could really be a strength, especially if you want to have this grand life, or you want to really help others, or whatever you feel like you're being led to do. I feel like he makes great moves going forward, really strategic risks, and that they're calculated. He doesn't necessarily just rush into things. He thinks about it. That's not to say that in his younger days, he didn't make rash decisions, but it's all part of his learning process. And I feel like that's important. All right. Your strengths also could be listening to your intuition. So the High Priestess is tapping into that hidden wisdom and knowledge and uncovering the mysteries. And maybe you're very curious. Maybe you like to learn a lot. But it's like ancient wisdom and knowledge, again, like our spiritual gifts, the things that we are here to express to others, to help others do. The Queen of Pentagrams. So this could also be someone along your path that helps you. She's very business oriented, could be a mentor. She's grounded, earth energy, but it's like she's able to navigate things with practical matters. So like very 3D oriented. She's also very spiritual and tapped in, but she's somebody who works in the 3D. It's like the physical realm. So maybe like herbs, tinctures, natural medicine, healing in some way, could be in the medical field. A lot of spirituality, like listening to her intuition in order to really be guided where she needs to go. And this could also be something from your past life. So the Six of Cups is feeling really nostalgic. It's also old memories maybe resurfacing and really kind of showing you how far you have come on your journey. So those might be some of your strengths. What is the magnetic energy around you at this time? All right. So you could be drawing a lot of negative energy to you. Sometimes we have to remember that if we're in this high vibrational frequency and we are on the path to our calling, that we tend to draw a lot of negativity to us. It's like a moth to a flame. Like they see our light, they're broken, they need the healing. And so as an empath, I tend to attract a lot of cheaters, liars, manipulators, users into my life because they want what you have. Like they see that maybe you're successful. They see that you're doing well on your path and they want that for themselves. So they kind of manipulate the situation or the energy in order to try and achieve that themselves. So that can be an issue. So I would say you want really strong boundaries with those people or to cut them out, and that you need to nurture yourself. And so this is telling us that the King of Goblets is somebody who wears his heart on his sleeve. He's somebody who will go to battle for those that he loves, and he makes an excellent partner. So male or female doesn't matter in tarot. You just take what resonates, leave the rest. If you're the masculine, that would be your feminine counterpart. So lots of nurturing, somebody who brings that softer element to the connection. And so that makes a really great pair if you have like the fire plus the water element. So that really tells you that that could be a great connection, that they kind of help to balance things out. So, fire obviously is a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of confidence, and water is softer. It's like water is still very powerful, right? Water can drown you. It can wipe out things with giant waves like tsunamis. So it's powerful, but it's in a more subtle, reserved way. Whereas fire is kind of in your face, but it can also smolder. So it's like you have to find that right balance for things to really align. Let's see. Is writing poems about past considered as negative energy? No, if that's a way that helps you heal, it's definitely a positive thing. It really just depends on your outlook. It's like, do you view it as negative? Are you writing it because you want it to be negative? Or is this a way for you to express things in a positive way that kind of helps you cope and heal? So I would say it's positive. Like going back to the past pain, trying to let it go to find some reason, some sense for it all. Yeah, I would say that's positive. That's like shadow work. That's definitely doing some things going forward. Is Aries always fire? Um, Aries is a fire element, but it's also something that I feel like it's passionate energy, it's confidence, it's intrigue, it's curiosity, it's definitely wanting to try new things all of the time. And so I think there is a lot of positivity with the fire signs, but they can also get in these funks where things aren't going well for them. It's almost like they burned their own bridges too quickly. And so you have to find the balance to be able to, not burn yourself out. All right, helping others. All right, we have the Three of Pentacles. So helping others might be part of your mission work or your soul calling. This comes out with the Emperor. So I think that by being your true authentic self, being a natural leader and things like that, that you have people gravitate towards you or whatever it is that you do, and that kind of helps heal all of you. It's almost like the trifecta is what they're giving me. So like a triangle. It's like we're all connected to our higher power, and then we're able to help others, which in turn helps us. And then we need to connect back to source. So it's like a cycle, right? So you keep going in the triangle. So teamwork will make the dream work. So that's how you help others. You've got to be able to kind of put yourself out there, put your energy out there, and then others are able to heal themselves. Aries is the best. I love Aries. I have a stepson who's in Aries. I have a couple of friends that are Aries. I love Aries energy. That it's like, it's good to me. And I have a lot of fire in my chart too. So I think that's why I'm drawn to it. I'm so Aries, but not taking it for granted. Yeah, don't do that for sure. Okay, current work, the Star. This is interesting. So I feel like by following your intuition, we have the High Priestess and the Star, that you'll gain some sort of notoriety. You could be famous at some point. Interesting. So I feel like your intuition could be guiding you to this new chapter in your life, or this new part that's maybe a wish fulfillment, a dream come true, better money coming in, the perfect partner, the kind of life that you want to live. And it's like your dreams are realized. Could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Pisces as well. And what's funny is I'm a Pisces sun and an Aqua moon. So like that speaks to me as well in this reading. So I feel like you could potentially be famous. There could be some notoriety, some sort of reward, some sort of wish fulfillment, but it's like listening to your intuition is what's going to get you to that place in your life. We also have the 10 of Blades, or the 10 of Swords. So this is telling us that we have to make the space energetically for that to happen in our life, to really go towards our calling. And so your calling might be healing, your calling might be helping others, starting your own business. We have to make the space for that to come in. So closing old chapters in our life, doing shadow work, working through the pain that we've already experienced. And I guarantee you, everybody you come into contact with has had something traumatic happen to them, or something that left a mark. We all have. We're all a little wounded on our journey, but those teach us lessons so that we know what to release and what to keep holding on to. So I feel like there's definitely some things that we need to let go of in our current work situation, maybe a job that's sucking the life out of us that we absolutely hate, that we need to find something that's more fulfilling to us. Let's see. What means really closing old chapters? So like letting go of the past, letting go of past pain, letting go of obstacles or people in our life that have, really left us at rock bottom or really broke us in some ways. And so we have to take it as like this was a lesson to learn, but that we don't have to keep harboring all of those feelings, that we can do breath work, meditation, writing to be able to express those. So like you were saying that you do poems and things like that, express that in a way that helps you release that energy, but in a positive way, that you're releasing it in a beautiful way. I think poetry is beautiful. While I'm a writer, that's definitely not something that I'm good at. I'm not good at writing poetry. I never have been. And I wish I was, because I think some poems are just absolutely beautiful, or they make you feel something. So that's something that I'm not talented, that I don't do. And so I think we have to learn to release things in in a better way, because carrying all that negative energy or those emotions that are stuck cause problems within our body. And so we want to really let go of those things so that we're able to open up space for the things we want in our life. And so energetically speaking, we have to create that space, because it's like if your cup is completely full, you can't keep pouring more liquid into it, right? It spills out over the top. So that's either spilling out negative emotions or it's spilling out positive emotions. So what is in your cup? Is it positive? Is it negative? And when it spills out over the top, you want to spill out positivity. You don't want to spew all the negative. What's that old saying that hurt people hurt people? So we have to do the healing or we're just hurting other people. Keeps coming back. So that means that it's not released yet. I would say you might want to do some meditation on your chakras to kind of help clear that energy. So when the energy is coming up, if we're not expressing it, if we're not releasing it, it's going to keep coming to the surface until it's released. So one of the things that I actually did was some meditations on my chakras, and it's super easy. So I would recommend you start at the base, at the root chakra, which is the color red. So that's where like your passion center is. That's where our pleasure centers are. And that keeps us grounded to the earth. So like we're connected to the earth. And that might be something that is needed as well. So starting there, you would start on meditations. I like to just put on meditation music. You can find tons of it here on YouTube, and maybe something that pertains to what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to work on healing or releasing, look for some of those frequency sounds that are actually meant for that, and just plug some headphones in, find a quiet place, start with like 10 or so minutes and see where you're at. Start there, deep breathing, and then close your eyes. And what I like to do is picture the chakra. When I first started this, a lot of my chakras were really, really blocked. And so they didn't look bright. They weren't turning. So think of like a wheel or a circle of that color spinning. And mine wasn't. Mine was like really, really slow, really dark. It almost looked clouded or dirty, like mud all over the chakra. So starting at the root chakra, I would close my eyes. I would take a minimum of 3 deep breaths in through my nose and exhale through my mouth to open and clear the energy. And you want to keep breathing as you're picturing all of these things. So starting at the root chakra, you're taking the deep breaths, you're listening to the meditation music, and then picture that chakra. It should look like a red wheel. I actually have one in here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I've got all the chakras are in this deck. So here's the root chakra, okay? So it's red. So we want to picture a red circle, and it needs to be spinning. And the quicker that it's spinning means the more energy that it's able to transmute through it. So if in your mind's eye, you're seeing it and it's like, it's dark, it doesn't even look red. You want it to be something that as you're breathing, you're feeling these emotions. So whether it was like sexual trauma that maybe you experienced, or whether it was like your passions being blocked, different things that maybe, let's see, what are the other ones? Passion, loyalty, grounded, and success. So if it's blocked, you would feel a lot of fear, instability, anxiety, or ungrounded energy. So if you're feeling those things, that's an indication that chakra might have some issues. We need to work on releasing that. So you're going to feel emotions come up, and you need to express them, crying, screaming, deep breaths, just really feeling it. Sit with it for a moment, process it, and acknowledge that energy, and then release it with love. And you can say that out loud in your thoughts. Say, you know, I'm trying to work on healing. I wish to release all of these stuck emotions. And when I deep breathe the next 3 deep breaths, I am releasing what is stuck within this chakra to help clear it. So take the deep breaths. And then it's done, and allow it to flow through you. So that's one of the ways that I like to do some meditation. It doesn't take that long, and you start to really feel different energy. And those deep breaths are absolutely helping to move that energy through your chakras, through your energy points. I love listening to music, but I'm super emotional and I take it too seriously. Me too. That's my Pisces in me. I'm a sap. I'm a old-fashioned, hopeless romantic, and music, if it doesn't make me feel some sort of way, it's not good to me. And that's how I am. I love music that makes me feel something, like Adele. I remember listening to her the first couple of times and being so emotional with her music that I was like, I'm in love. I'm in love with the way that she sings. She makes me feel something. Another musician that I'm just absolutely enthralled with, his name is Brett Eldridge, and he, same thing, just makes you feel these things in your deepest emotions. And I do cry a lot when I listen to music. It's like a spiritual experience for me, so I totally relate to that. Let's see. Crying does help. It absolutely does, but can't cry sometimes. I have that same problem. There's times where, I can cry at the dumbest commercial on TV and I'm, sitting here crying. And then there's other times where like I really need a release and I'm unable to do it. So I try and do it in other ways. If I can't cry and let it out, sometimes I'll write, I'll journal about things. Other times I'll go sit in nature or, try and distract my mind from whatever's bothering me and do other things to be able to allow the emotions out another way. So there's different ways that you can definitely do it. You understand. Thank you. I've always liked that with music, but the way did you listen? I sure did. I even actually, I think it was last week or the week before, I had pinned that song on the community page. I left it up for like a day or two. I even was listening to other songs of his. Fantastic. Fantastic. I appreciate it so much that you suggested it. He makes you feel stuff too. He's great. Yeah, totally appreciate that suggestion because I really related to that song as well. It's like I've had a few people in my life that really do kind of bring out what's the right word? Like the softer side of me, where I have a kind of a rough exterior sometimes. And I've actually been accused of being angry a lot in my life, where I was in my younger 20s and stuff. I was really an angry person. And just kind of like the resting bitch face, where it's like everybody's afraid to approach you because you look so intimidating. And I'm the polar opposite of that. It's like, I don't let everybody in. I don't let everybody see that vulnerable side anymore because they take advantage of it and they definitely use it for their own gain. But I also have that softer side that I love to let out when it's safe to do so because that's my true version. That's me at my core. And so it's almost like a battle of wills for me on a daily basis of, do we choose violence today or are we going to be the soft little teddy bear? And it's like, I don't know. What are we doing? So yeah, it's definitely a balance that's needed. And that's something I'm still working on. But truly, when we align with like what our purpose is and our calling, and we're able to actually be our true authentic self around most people, I think that's when things really start to change in our life. So again, it's something I'm working on, but definitely I still have a lot of things that it's like I don't want the wrong people to see that vulnerable side because they abuse it, And so that's why there's kind of like the little crazy comes out and kind of scares them off if need be, because they don't need to see that. Like they haven't earned the right to actually be that part in my life yet. So sometimes it happens. Don't you feel sometimes angry for nothing? Yes, I do. And like 20 minutes after, so sorry that you were like that. Like I'm praying to God for an example that I was so rude, or because I truly struggle, as I've said before. I'm so short fused. Me too. You're in good company, I promise. So yes, I have a very short fused temper myself. And like you guys probably have never even guessed that. You're like, oh, she's so nice and blah, blah, blah. But underneath all of that, it's like I still have, unhealed things that I'm working through. I still have days where I feel off. I have days where I snap at my family. And, it's like it's part of being human. And it can definitely be something that's a challenge to kind of work through. Fire signs, I feel like, get it the worst because they really do. It's like explosions, like little mini explosions left and right, and then it's like they calm down and they're like, oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that. I feel really bad. But at the same time, it's like, but I had to get it out because I was going to lose my mind. And I struggle with that too. So It doesn't make you a horrible person at all. It makes you human. And so sometimes it's our ego, sometimes it's unhealed wounds or trauma that we're working through, but it never makes you a horrible person, But like if you feel like you've hurt somebody that you care about, try and offer a sincere apology and say, I'm sorry, my temper got the better of me and this is what's really going on. And it usually has nothing to do with that other person, although sometimes dumb people make me angry too. It's like I've been there too. And that's part of it. Like, we're human. We're a soul living a human experience. We're trying to figure these things out. We're trying to navigate how to be human, but we're really like this energetic being that's trying to just go with the flow and figure these things out. And so the laws of nature don't always work with the laws of spirituality, things like that. No. So I definitely think that some meditation would help you with some of that. It's helped me greatly. And so just little things like that you could, be working on in your own time. And I think you will find a lot of improvements happen in your life. All right, let's see. Where did we leave off? The obstacles. Awesome. Okay. So one of our obstacles could be that we're dealing with wanting to make a love offer. So this comes out with the 6 of Cups. So I feel like the love offer could have to do with past hurt or past memories resurfacing as well. And so maybe letting go of the past or realizing that we can't go backwards, but that we can always try and go forwards might actually benefit us on uncovering our calling. I also feel like this is like the Knight of Goblets is the knight in shining armor. He's chivalrous, he's romantic, he's old-fashioned, he's really a big sweetheart. And he's somebody who maybe hasn't had a lot of great experiences when it comes to love, that he really wants to find his forever person and pour his heart out to them. But he hasn't quite found that yet. Or if he has, he might be lacking a little bit of courage initially to go forward. So this could be a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, but he's somebody who really would make a honest gesture, and he's somebody who he would make a good partner. He's just lacking a little bit of confidence initially to go forward. Let's see, what else do we have? The true desires. What are the true desires of our calling? All right. So taking action where others have failed to do so and eliminating the competition, eliminating obstacles such as liars, cheaters, manipulators, people who use us, that could be very important to following our true desires. Overcoming the pain and heartbreak is going to help us see what our true desires are. And I feel like for most everybody on the planet, they want to find like their forever person, the right job for them, the right place to be in the world, and that helps them to heal. But it's also a lot of like waiting. And I feel like there's been so much pain in the past that it's almost, you feel like giving up, because it's like, what am I waiting for? Like, I haven't found the right people yet. Am I ever going to, sort of thing. But I think if you truly desire love, that it is possible, and that this is something that a new opportunity could be presenting itself. So something that, again, what was I talking about? The cup, like you can only fill it up so much. See how this cup is spilling over? Is it good emotions or is it negative emotions? And so I think the heartbreak has to be healed, at least to some degree, in order to really find our fulfillment. So self-love is important in that scenario as well. Loving yourself unconditionally, faults and all, and it's like, that's something I've struggled with as well. And so I'm working on that. But at this stage in my life, I look in the mirror and it's like, I love her. I really do. I love her heart, mind, body, and soul. I love her. She's beautiful. I'm happy that she's made it this far. And it's like, that's my future self looking back going, look how far you've come. Look at what a different person you are in like 20 years time. And we change. All of those things are meant to happen. So we have to do the work on us to really feel fulfilled, because another person doesn't give us those things. We have to start by giving those to ourselves. So getting connected to source energy and really realizing that God loves us no matter what, faults and all. He created us this way for a reason, and he sees us as perfect and beautiful, and we need to start seeing that within ourselves. And then we're able to pour into other people's cups, and we're not depleted because our energy gets fulfilled by source, and that is an endless supply. It's eternal. So that's how I view that. Let's see. Yeah, the waiting, more to that me, myself is putting it on hold because I'm not mentally healthy, well, good, or ready. Well, and that's okay too, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of us that struggle with things like that. I've had depression and anxiety since I was a teenager, and I totally get where you're coming from because it is hard when you feel like mentally off, like you're just not yourself, or that things just aren't aligning for you. It's very hard to want to be in a relationship because it's like, I need time to myself to kind of deal with some stuff. So don't beat yourself up about that. Take care of you, work on the things that are bothering you so that you are able to let go of some of these pains that you're dealing with and you are able to go after what it is that you truly want. I do want to have my own family. Girls do like me. I just don't find the right one. Totally get that. I totally do. It seems like every time I ever liked a guy in my life, it's like they were either out of my league, they weren't interested, we were polar opposite, things like that. And so the guys that I did end up with in my life were a lot of times negative. They weren't great. That's like I fell for the toxic bad boy for a long time. And then, it's like you might meet a good guy and you friend zone him or whatever, or there's just maybe not enough chemistry because it's unhealed stuff, right? So like we're still dealing with this energy, and what we really want is a fresh start and a new beginning. So that takes some evolution. It takes work on our heart. I do want to have my own family. Let's see. Just don't find the right one anymore. You're 34, you're still young. I'm 43. So you've got time. Don't rush it. Work on you. I promise you. Like when things need to happen, your wish fulfillment comes in at just the right time. And it's so weird. You might just bump into this person doing your regular day-to-day stuff. And you'll know there will be like natural chemistry that's undeniable. I always say for people, young people especially, look for somebody who matches your energy, somebody who's willing to also put forth the effort that you're putting into something, because those are going to be beneficial relationships. And so I think that that's something that we all need to take into account is if the person isn't reciprocating, they won't return your phone calls, your texts, whatever. They don't want to spend time with you. Like they're just not making the effort. Then why are you? It's like find somebody who matches the energy. And is it a struggle? Yeah, it is. But at the same time, it'll be worth it if you wait around and you don't settle for less than what you really want. But when I was 20 to 26, I had all that growth. Oh my goodness, you're making me laugh. You're making me blush a little bit too. That's funny. Yeah, I totally get that. I didn't always look like this either. So I never had issues trying to get guys that wanted to date me. I think most of them just wanted to sleep with me, but I didn't have any trouble when I was younger. It wasn't an issue. And now I'm old and I don't care. But it's that the energy was different. You were looking for something different back then. I guarantee you were. So whether you just wanted to kind of be a playboy and you just wanted to have all the ladies, your own little harem of beautiful women that fawned all over you, things change as we age, right? They definitely change. So I have a feeling you're looking for something different in life now. And so energetically speaking, people feel that. It's like if they're not in that energy where they're ready to settle down and start a family and get married and all of those things, then that's something where you're unaligned with that person. And so until you interact with somebody who is aligned in the same energy, where it's like, I'm at a different stage in my life, I would like to maybe get married, start a family, all of those things, but with the right person that's perfect for you, then, the energy has to align in order for those things to happen. Yeah, you are perfect. Oh, you're gonna make me blush. Thank you. I did the ego right. Yeah, the ego death. So that's huge. When the ego dies, our true authentic self tends to shine. And so that's huge. If your ego is kind of ruling your life and it's always giving you, grandiose ideas, or you're better than that person, the competition, the rivalry, all that stuff. If we squash the ego and we let our true authentic person shine, then we tend to gravitate towards more people who are also in that energy. And so that's super important for growth as well. Let's see. I do look something different. I want to write. I want to think. I want to travel. Me too. I was just talking to my family about that the other day. I said, I'm at the stage now where like most of my kids are grown. My youngest will be 18 in November, and he's going to have one more year of high school. And I want to start traveling. Like I haven't been able to really travel in many years. And when I was much younger, I traveled a lot. I, just pack a bag, go hop on a plane and go do things. And I want to keep writing books. Like that's my passion. I love writing. That's something that I want to continue doing. And just, see the world. Like that's always been a goal of mine. So I have to first get a passport because I've never left the country. So I have to go get a passport. And I want to go see Europe. I'd love to go to all 7 continents, truthfully, but that's probably not going to happen. So I'm going to make a bucket list of places that I really want to go. And then I'm going to figure out a game plan of how I get there. And so I'm super excited about that because I think just traveling is going to open up opportunities for me to write and for me to see things and experience different cultures and meet different people. And we just went to, what was it? Like a work event for my boyfriend the other day. His company was having like a little get together, and I met this really sweet woman and just, connected right away and exchanged information and everything, told her what I do. Some people are very put off with what I do. They're like, I don't know about all that. She's kind of weird, but it's like, just come check out my videos or come to a live and see, you've met me face to face where most of you probably will never meet me face to face. And so I think it kind of changes things in people's minds. It's like, I'm not a witch, maybe I do some witchy things sometimes, but I'm not like out here casting spells. I don't do voodoo, things like that. I'm just a normal person, but this is what my calling is, and this is how I'm able to help people. And so this is why I do what I do. So definitely, you need to. Yeah, I definitely need to. That's so crazy. It's always been my dream to see the world. You have to. It's going to happen. I've been manifesting this for like 5 years. For 5 years, and I'm close to it. I will say that I'm close to the changes in my life needing to be made to where I'm actually able to do the things I want to. So that is definitely my goal. Imagine you doing readings in a different part of Europe. Yep. And so ironically, a couple of years ago, my boyfriend had a dream that he had to jump on a red-eye flight, grab a passport, and meet me in Brussels, Belgium. Never been there. I don't know why I would be there and he wouldn't be along for it. So that was strange. And he said that it was like time was of the essence. Like he had to get there for whatever reason. And I was like, that is so weird. He is the opposite of me. So he doesn't remember his dreams, and I vividly dream, and I always have. So I really record my dreams. I write a dream journal all the time. And so for him to think that he had to be in a foreign country to come like rescue me or something, it was so weird. But I don't know what that meant. So maybe I'm going to Belgium. I don't know. I think you are one of my spiritual guides. I feel that too. Yeah. And so usually I put the energy out before I start that I want all of the people who are aligned with my energy to find my live or to find my videos. And so I'm not upset that they have lower views. It's what's meant to happen at this stage because we're growing slowly and we're spiritually growing. And I'm a guide. That's absolutely what part of my job here is to guide you guys, to help you, to uncover things that are holding you back from your own destiny. And so that's absolutely why I do tarot. That's also why I do channeled messages, because I never know who they're going to affect. And so God has basically told me, if I give you a strong message that doesn't go away, you are to share that. And so I'll post collective readings. I had a song that was in my head earlier today, and I can't remember what it is right now. If it comes back to me, I'll either put a post or something up, but it was one I haven't heard in a very long time. I just can't think of what it is right off the top of my head. But anyways, I channel music a lot. That's why I created the soundtrack of our life deck that has all of the different songs in it, all the gazillions of them. There's like 250 songs, because music is something that I resonate with. And so I also love getting suggestions for new music, because music is something that speaks to my soul, and it always has. And we have composers in our family. My grandfather was actually a composer. He had a master's degree in music. He was a master electrician, things like that. He served in World War II. He was a Green Beret, a Marine. And So like very different things, right? So you got the badass, the strong man, and then you also have like the softer side and the side that is very creative. And so finding balance, I think, is a huge deal. And so that just, it excites me. I love music, things like that, writing, all of those things. Because the way I found you was the time I was so into searching for answers and you just popped up. Well, see, you were divinely led to be on my channel. And I'm grateful that you're here because I feel like having good connections with people that are in the same sort of frequency as you are is important because we all need help on our journey. It's something that we weren't meant to do in silence. We weren't meant to do alone in singletary energy, that we were meant to do this as a collective to go forward. And sometimes just having friends or people that understand where you're coming from is huge in your recovery of life, like where you're going with life. So I definitely think so. You most definitely are one of my spiritual guides. I know, and I really mean it. Well, that makes me so happy. So thank you. That made my day. Oh, let's see. Let's see. What else do we have for this reading? So we have 2 left on this one. So action and helping others. Let's see what the action is for uncovering our calling. I think this is part of uncovering our calling, is kind of they're giving me the word regrouping. Well, I guess it would be regrouping. Like we're kind of trying to navigate and figure out things and trying to figure out, where we fit in life, what our path is, all of that stuff. So what is some action that we need to get to our true desires? Ooh, following our passions. All right. So this is fire sign energy, Aries, Sag, or Leo. And this is really taking that risk, taking that first step, being bold, following our passions, aligning with our gifts. Let's see what else. Creativity is like the spark of creativity. I also feel like passionate new encounters could be possible when the Ace of Wands comes out. So like following your passions, what does that look like? If money wasn't an obstacle, because 99% of the time, money is the only thing that holds us back. So that's why in one of the lives this last month in May, I did the manifestation to welcome in more wealth. If money isn't holding us back, that opens up a door of opportunities, right? So what would you do with that? If money wasn't the obstacle and you just had all this time on your hands because you didn't have to work a normal job, you could go travel the world if you wanted to, you could write music, you could write your books, your poetry, all of those things. What does your life look like? A lot of possibilities, right? A lot of things start to open up. Let's see, 2323 also says something like that, I think, to follow your passions. See, I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. I would write and travel only and help people. Same, me too. I would travel the world. I would work on my books. I would probably still do readings because I really do get a lot of joy out of that, helping others doing this. And to just see where it leads me on my journey, just to, be open to all the possibilities of who I could meet and where I could go. And yeah, absolutely. That is 100% what I would do. All right. So the action, letting go of the conflict, the chaos, the struggles, being open to move away from it, moving to calmer waters from the conflict, the chaos, laying down the swords. Yep. And that gives us our opportunity to help others. So the 4 of Cups is like an unexpected offer. It's something that comes out of the blue. And I feel like if we are doing this work, if we are kind of letting go of the toxicity that's around us, letting go of the conflict, the pain, the heartbreak, and we're doing our inner work and we're realizing what our passions are, what kind of ignites us, then we are able to take some sort of calculated risk and move, because our intuition will guide us to where we need to be, which is towards our committed wish fulfillment, maybe starting our own business, being some sort of healer, some sort of practical matters in that. So let's see. How do we help others? What do we need to know? How do we help others? We've got to make the changes, the Tower. So the Tower is really like catastrophe, upheaval, major transformation. I always like to think of the caterpillar going into the chrysalis, into the cocoon, and going through its metamorphosis until it emerges a beautiful butterfly. Well, that's like how we transform. Like our insides are literally changing. How we think is changing. The way that we look at life is changing. And it's necessary, right? Wasn't I saying that towards the beginning, that we have to, we're here to affect change, and that we have to be willing to change, and that nothing can stay the same, that it has to change, it has to evolve, that things have to transform, or we're in stuck, stagnant energy, right? And that's not where we want to be. Because if we're in that stuck energy, we're not able to go forward into where we want to be. So I absolutely feel like this is part of our change. This is our metamorphosis. This is the little baby steps until we emerge this beautiful butterfly. And I get images when I read the cards in my mind. So what they're showing me is the chrysalis, and they're showing it as like this tight little cocoon. And slowly I can see the wings start popping out of the chrysalis, and they start to emerge. And it's like she's shaking, or he's shaking, like shaking the dust off, or shaking the wings loose, and until they like open and emerge, and that it's just this beautiful butterfly. And that's what we're doing. We're transforming our energy. And so I think the change is absolutely necessary to get us to not only our wish fulfillment, but to our calling. So embrace the changes. They're so necessary. Some are painful, some hurt, but you know what? It teaches us lessons, and it teaches us exactly how strong we are as a person as well. So absolutely. All right, let's see. The word metamorphosis sounds so beautiful. I love it too, because I think transformation is like, okay, well, things are turning. Sometimes they show me like, what were those called? The Transformers, like from the movie, the Autobots, where they would turn from like a car or a vehicle into these otherworldly creatures, the Transformers. And so transformation can be kind of rigid, kind of ugly, kind of painful, but a metamorphosis, it's almost like, what is the word that they're giving me? There's like breathtaking beauty in a transformation, because you go from a caterpillar, which is like the little wiggly worm looking thing, moves very slowly, and then you emerge this other creature that's just magnificent and beautiful and spiritual and can fly. And it's like your wings are ready. Ding, ding, ding. Are you ready for your transformation? Are you ready for your metamorphosis? Optimus Prime would be me. Love it. Yes, I watched all of those movies because I have 4 sons. And so when they were little, it was like they were all about all that stuff. Star Wars, I've seen all of those because I have male children. So, yep, that's awesome. Optimus Prime. What did the kids always like? Bumblebee, Optimus Prime. Who was the other one that was like a big one in there? I can't remember all their names. I can always picture like their colors. Bumblebee was black and yellow. Optimus was like red and blue, I think. But I can't remember most of like the other main characters in there, but I do remember those two. Oh, those two you also remember. Awesome. We're on the same page. All right. So the last reading that I have for our mystery reading is, it's called the horseshoe. So a horseshoe symbolizes good luck. Oh, actually I have one. Give me 1 second. Oh, I got this guy a million years ago in my travels. We call him the cowboy. So he's supposed to look like he's sitting over a campfire. But these are all horseshoes. He's made out of horseshoes. And a horseshoe symbolizes good luck. So you want the horseshoe up like this. It's 2 sides pointing up to receive the good luck. And the good luck's supposed to get caught in the middle. If the horseshoe is upside down, it's almost like, your good luck is spilling out. So we always try to keep the horseshoe up. And then this is like it's a lead bullet that I got in my travels to Tennessee the last time I was visiting family, my dad and my uncle. And I can't open it. Take my word for it. It's like a little lead bullet. It's not going to show up because I can't get the packaging off. But something silly that I picked up on my travels. So we're going to go towards our good luck. And I feel like that's something that we need to keep doing. Yes, I'm creative, very creative. That's like one of my strongest things. But why the horseshoe? The horseshoe, because we want to attract good luck. And this reading was something that I actually found online. So this one isn't one that I made, but I I liked the meaning behind it, so that's why I chose it for today's mystery reading. So this is going to show us first where we are now, what our next step is, what obstacles we're facing, and our strengths and resources to help us overcome those, and then finally our outcome. So let's see. The horseshoe is all about good luck. And so I want to attract good luck, not only for myself, but for you guys, for the collective, so that, you know, we're aligned with better frequencies. So that's why I picked the horseshoe reading for today. All right. So where are we now? Needing to stand our ground. So the Seven of Wands is all about boundaries. It's about needing to take a stand for what we want, what we believe in. Not backing down to an opponent or an adversary, not letting others manipulate us, not taking advantage of us. So that's where we are now, is we're like mounting our defenses, is what I feel like. That, I mean, when the horseshoe became the sign of good luck, that I don't know when it became a sign. I'd have to look that one up. I assume it's been that way for a very long time. I always grew up knowing that it was like a symbol of good luck. So I'm not sure where that came from. That's a great question. I actually have several 4-leaf clovers. It's funny that you put that in there. I found 6 4-leaf clovers one day, and I found them and I stuck them in this big heavy Bible that I have and forgot about them for years. And I actually was opening that old Bible that I have the other night and came across them. I totally forgot I had them. So I feel like good luck is definitely on our side right now. You've never found one? It was the most random place to find them. We have like this little riverbed that runs through the town that I live in nearby, maybe 5-minute drive from my house. And we happened to be walking the dog one day. He stopped to, go to the bathroom and everything. And I just happened to look down and I saw what I thought was a 4-leaf clover. And when I went to go pick it, I was like, oh my God, there's more of them. So we looked and looked and looked, and we found 6 of them that day. So that was pretty cool. It was definitely something neat in my bucket list for sure to find one. Well, maybe I'll have to send you one. Who knows? We'll see about all that. I definitely found multiple. So I only need one for myself. So maybe I'll send you one. Let's see. Okay, what was our next thing? The next step. Okay, so first we're mounting our defenses. This is our current situation that we're currently sticking up for ourselves, mounting our defenses. Our next step, we're going into our happiness, our contentment, our fulfillment, our wish fulfillment, marriage, children, the whole 9 yards. Like everything that we've wanted, right? Our goals, our dreams, that's our next step. That's what we're trying to go into. All right, our obstacle is money. See, and I tell you, you can't make this stuff up. So the 4 of coins. This is needing to find the balance in our finances to get where we want to be. So I always feel like the 10 of cups is like marriage, it's children, it's like whatever your dreams, hopes, and wishes are. That's your fulfillment, right? Like that's what you're working towards. That's what all the hard work's for. That's what all the shadow work's for. That's what all the healing is for, to get where you want to be, like top tier. That's your end game sort of stuff. So it looks like money is our obstacle currently, but that's starting to improve. So it's more money coming in. It's definitely things changing for the better. And that's something that if we're pinching pennies right now, or if we're saving, then that's going to help us get to where we need to be. So more is coming, more is on the way. Strengths and resources. All right, tapping into our creative vision. The Empress, the divine feminine, she symbolizes creature comforts, nurturing, empathetic energy. She's very spiritual. She could be religious. She's somebody who emanates light, and so like affecting others in a positive way. So you might also have that within you. And we do. We have both masculine and feminine energy, and it's like our softer side that comes out, that we nurture things or that we love things, and that's that energy. So creation is also important. 5 of coins. So again, worried about finances, but I feel like we're also eliminating things. So recovery. The 5 of coins is all about recovering from things. 5 symbolize change. So things are starting to change for us, and that it won't be an obstacle forever, that things are starting to turn around. All right. So our strengths and our resources. We have people that are like-minded, or people that feel like soul energy to us, soulmate energy, your soul tribe, your soul family, soulmates, twin flames, things like that, that help us along this journey. And those are resources. So I feel like this could be a very strong connection. It could also lead to marriage. We have the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So I feel like that is definitely a goal for the collective, and I'm part of that as well. And I feel like when it's the right time or the right person, I really feel like we have to stick up for what we want. It's like money's been an obstacle, but we're tuned in. We're going to keep going forward towards our goals because we know that this is what we actually want. All right. So strengths and resources. Some sort of unexpected offer coming. I feel like this could be from somebody that maybe you least likely expect. It could be somebody that's maybe been watching you from a distance, vice versa, if you've been watching somebody. But this is like they're just kind of doing their thing, and then this offer comes in unexpectedly out of the blue that you don't see it coming. So however it resonates. And then Page of Coins. So being able to learn more. I feel like this is really finding the balance in things. So maybe if you're thinking of going to college or furthering your education, whether that's spiritually, reading books, meditation, tapping into divine energy, and trying to really find that balance, because I think that's what helps unlock the opportunities for more money coming in. Let's see, and the outcome of this one. All right, 3 of Coins. Collaboration is going to be necessary. So connecting to divine energy, working well with others, that's definitely going to help us to get our positive outcome. We have to let go of the ego, the conflict, the fighting, the chaos, the competition, the rivalry, and really let go of those things because that's hindering our growth and progress. It also might be a challenge for us at work if we're butting heads with people. I feel like that could definitely be a problem. But we have some forward movement with the Chariot, so Cancer energy with that. I feel like there's going to be forward progress when it comes to love and also working well with others, that if we step out of our ego and we are able to be a little bit more vulnerable, that those things start to align and we start to balance a lot quicker, and that it's also balancing the polarities within ourselves. So what does that remind me of? So think of like a horse. If you're riding a horse, or like, let's say it's pulling a carriage, a buggy, covered wagon, whatever you want it to be, that in order for it to go forward, you have to have both horses balanced. And so if one is like trying to go and the other one's not moving, well, you're not getting very far. And I like that it's depicted in here because you have to have the balance for you both to go forward together. And so purchasing a vehicle could be something that's coming up. Travel is indicated with this card, but forward progress is definitely coming, especially when it pertains to love, because that comes out with the 2 of Cups. All right, one more for our final outcome. The Knight of Coins. So travel, relocation, a better paying job, feeling valued where you currently are. If you're not, I feel like that could open up. You could be thinking about moving, relocating, a better paying job. It's like you go into greener pastures, and remember that the grass is greener where you water it. So if you're neglecting things that you want to be fruitful and pay off, that's not going to get you anywhere. Again, we have to find the balance. We have to nurture the things that we want to grow, and that's echoed by the Empress. So it could also be like maybe you want to grow a family, start a family. Pregnancy, motherhood, fertility is all also favored with the Empress. So it's like if the money's available, I feel like we're limitless. And I think that that's what we have to do, is we have to find the balance for these new opportunities to come in. And part of that is sticking up for ourselves and what we believe in, furthering our education in some way, travel, budgeting, connecting with divine energy, letting our ego go, and really kind of thinking positive that we're going to get exactly what we want if we're willing to do the hard work. So that's what I have for the main readings that I planned for the mystery reading today. Let me catch up with your chat comments. Oh, wow. Let's see. To find one, yes, 100% agree. I start my new job on Monday. Congratulations. That's awesome. And they pay really good. I need to keep that. The summer, my goal is to only work and to write a lot. I love that. Because traveling around Europe, I have so many different jobs and people around me. Yeah. And I think that's awesome that you got to travel this summer, because that's definitely on my bucket list. I wanted to go to Europe as well. The unexpected offer for me was my previous job of finding 105 euros a day, which is really good. I wonder what that would be in American dollars because I'm not really sure how much a euro is actually worth. I'll look that up afterwards. Collaboration and teamwork. Yep, absolutely. So especially if you have a job where you have to work like with somebody or you have to collaborate, that you want to be able to work well with that person or people because the job is going to be easier that way. And so I think that if you struggle with working well with others or being a team player, that's going to be a hindrance for you, especially in financial means, like in a job. So while it might not be your favorite way to do that, like I know a lot of fire signs that are really independent, it would absolutely help you be able to go further in your job. In US dollars would be like 110 or 115. And that's per day. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, that's really good. So we only have a difference of like a couple of dollars then of what our money is worth. That's cool. I wasn't quite sure. One of my kids is really good at figuring out things like that. He's at work, so I couldn't even ask him. I will look it up for sure though. Yeah, that is weird. But I think that really learning to work well with others can be a great asset. So like I work pretty much by myself most of the time. There are times where I'll ask, other people's opinions of things or I'm terrible at drawing. I mean, I know you guys have seen some of my new cards and stuff. It's like, where's some that are just funny? Like, like that's supposed to be the Sphinx, right? The Sphinx in Egypt looks nothing at all like the Sphinx, but I know what it is. And so I just have a good laugh that I can't really draw. Like this is Earth, okay, that kind of passes. That's a feather. You can at least sort of tell what that is. Just silly things that it's like, that's not my forte, right? So if I had somebody who could illustrate things for me, I'd do a lot better. This is my phoenix on fire, little bird, my little totem pole, things like that. So I can't draw to save my life. It's not my forte, and that's okay. But collaborating with others makes things better sometimes. Sometimes it makes it worse. But I really think for the most part that if we learn to work well with others, that we get farther faster. And sometimes that's really the goal. That's insane. Working in the kitchen, 112.43. That's freaking fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Working in the kitchen. So like cooking things, like kitchen staff. I did that once upon a time too. I worked in a few restaurants. I worked at like a sit-down restaurant. I've worked in fast food. Yeah, that's an honest day's work, I'll tell you, especially if it's warm out. You're standing back there by like, grills or fryers or the heat lamps to keep the food warm, things like that. Ooh, it'll take you out of it. Definitely. Some hot stuff. All right, let's do some, what are we doing? Weekend messages, because we haven't done those yet. I didn't post any of those. So we're going to do that in the live today, because why not? And then I don't have to post another video. I'll just leave this one. Let's see. We're going to do some Rebel Deck messages for a blunt message and a good laugh, because it's Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend. Although, are you like, you're several hours ahead of me over there in Europe. Is it Saturday over there for you, or is it still Friday? I was so surprised, and I tried to not make the surprise face because I was afraid that he was going to take it down a bit. Oh, that's awesome. I love it when things like that work out for people where it's like, it's better than I expected. Yes, we love that energy. That's awesome. All right, so weekend messages. Let's see. It is still Friday. Okay, so 22 would be about 10 p.m., 10 or 11 p.m. at night, something like that. So evening for you. That's why you're always able to come to my lives in the afternoon, because it's evening over there. That makes sense. All right, let's see. Fire signs. What do we need to know? Aries, Sag, and Leo. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking time alone, and you know why. So whatever that reason could be, get some fucking sleep. You're being an ass because you're fucking tired. Face to pillow now. So you might need a nap. You might be a little bit tired. What else does Aries, Sag, and Leo need to know? Rebel, because fuck it. So be your true authentic self. Remember, everybody else is already taken. And I do think that most of the fire signs are natural rebels. Money, we're going to make it rain. So more money coming for the fire signs. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power, so use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. So make sure that it's worth your time and energy. All right, let's see. Also a little tipsy. Hey, I don't really drink anymore, but to each their own. I remember those days when you're just having a good time. You do you. It's all right. Just don't overdo it. Those hangovers suck, especially once you're in your 30s. Drink lots of water when you're done. All right, let's see. What do we have for Aries, Sag, and Leo for the weekend? 5 of Wands. Got to let the conflict, the chaos, and the fighting go. Got to let go of the ego. Could be some competition. I always feel like fire signs don't care if there's competition. They're like, I don't care. I'll weed them out. It's fine. I'll win. I don't care. All right. 8 of Swords. So overthinking the competition, overthinking some sort of conflict. Got to be able to get out of your head, out of your own way. Stick up for your beliefs. Stand up for what it is that you want out of life. Don't back down to an adversary. It looks like you hold the upper hand in this conflict. So as long as you're being honorable, don't back down from a fight. King of Cups. I think you need to nurture some things, however, fire signs, that this is something where you need to be able to balance. You need to have that vulnerable side be able to come through. Could also be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So this is the nurturing, softer side of the coin. It's still powerful though, because the dragon is on here. So I feel like your passions might be something that you need to follow, as well as this could be something that could be a person that maybe you're interested in. Ooh, some big changes coming, the Tower. So don't be surprised if there's major changes. So remember, our metamorphosis, that's what we're going through. And sometimes it can happen sudden. Sometimes it can be shocking. Lots of upheaval. Remember, the change is necessary to get to our ultimate happiness and fulfillment. So let go of the conflicts that are surrounding you this weekend. What else do we need to know? All right, 4 of Swords. You are tired. You need some rest and relaxation. So vacations, take a break from work if at all possible. Rest, relax, recover. You've been taking on a lot. I feel like mentally you could be really taxed. Physically, you could be really tired. And so this is a time to kind of have some boundaries and to nurture yourself so that these changes start to occur and take place. So that's what we have for our fire signs. I remember our little talk about alcohol. I will. Yes, good. Let's see. Drink the water for sure. That's always like that. Yes, so weird. So often I'm like, look, I'm going to show them. There are times that I'm totally not. Totally relate. Like I said, I have fire in my chart too. Did you ever look up your birth chart to see what it tells you? If not, you totally should, because I think you would have some serious insight on why you are the way you are, why you do the things you do, why you like the things you like, all that. Definitely think it would help you. All right, water signs. What do we need to know for the water signs? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Take a fucking trip. Go see some shit, do some new things, and talk to people cooler than you. Oh, funny story. So I was discussing my manifesting live that I think you were in a week or two ago with my boyfriend after the fact. He said, how did it go? Did you have people come, whatever? And I said, yeah, one of my regulars, he's been a subscriber for a while, lives somewhere in Europe. He's currently traveling, things like that. We were in there, we were chit-chatting and everything. He never gets jealous of things, but this made me laugh because he was like, you can't talk to well-traveled men. Like, no. And I was laughing. I said, I don't even know what this guy looks like. His first name, nothing. I said, he's very respectful. We chit chat about tarot. It's fine. And he was like, no, I'm putting my foot down. You can't talk to well-traveled men. It's not allowed. So we were laughing. And then, of course, my card, because I'm a Pisces and a Scorpio, says, take a fucking trip, go see some shit, do some new things, and talk to people cooler than you. I'm telling you, I'm manifesting to go travel. It's going to happen. Love, get some, give some, and it will cheer your ass up. So we all need some love in our life, and laugh. Where in the fuck is your sense of humor? I love to laugh. So I'll watch stupid videos or comedy shows, things like that, because I absolutely love to laugh. Let's see. What was that? I did not yet, but I promise I will. I'm saving it. Awesome. Do that. All right, let's see. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. It's time to go clean yourself up. So self-care is important for water signs this weekend. And stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. So I think that has actually come out in one of the other messages this week, that it was something about needing to really listen to divine guidance and wisdom. And I think that was the spiritual message. You love to laugh too? That's awesome. Yeah, because it's like life is so boring without it, you know? All right, water signs, 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of abundance coming in. This is an indication that either some sort of inheritance, sudden wealth, like winning the lottery, is greatly going to affect your life for the better. So I'll take it. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Holy cow. So money, abundance, good luck. We have the horseshoes. So I think things are starting to turn in our favor for things to improve greatly, especially financially. Some sort of new opportunity. This could be new job, more money coming, an unexpected gift from the universe that's affects the finances. Wow, abundance like crazy. Holy cow. All 4 of these cards are having to do with wealth and abundance. I never get readings like this. So that's insane. That's like, wow, you're going to have the life that you always dreamed of. Like things really change for the better. Comes in very quickly. Travel is also possible. I love this when they coincide. So purchasing a vehicle, taking a trip, forward momentum after a long period of stagnation, and it's all intuitively being downloaded or being guided by your intuition. Let's get one more for our outcome. So listening to the intuition, paying attention to what spirit is telling you, the wait is almost over. So I feel like this has been a long time coming. This card also symbolizes healing, like hurting people that we're working on healing and transforming that energy, and that things are starting to turn around, that good luck is on our side because we've been doing the hard work. Letting go of toxicity, toxic cycles, toxic people is welcoming in our abundance. Having strong boundaries, letting go of the things that are holding us back or setbacks in life, and toxic cycles, addictions, codependency, things that leave us feeling stuck or trapped. If money has been the obstacle, that's about to drastically change. It's a wish fulfillment coming in. It's something that's happening that blesses us. 2 9s, 9 could be seeing 9 water signs could be seeing that. You're almost there. 10 is completion. 9 is like we're almost there. It's like the precipice of change and it's coming in quick. Could also be union for some of you guys in this collective. And I feel like you're being divinely led to this person. It's like spirit just kind of drops you guys in each other's life. Is what I'm picking up. That's awesome. Love that. Almost feel like it's love at first sight sort of energy. And that by listening to the intuition, you feel that. It's like the energy is just magnetic. It's just there. And it happens super quick. I love that. That's awesome. Forever that is for the collective of water signs. That's a great reading. All right, let's see. I've said that before, and I'm going to keep saying that. I'm happy to meet you, and I need you. I'm going to go listen to some music and drink some water. Have a good night and all the best. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, that all of the comments as well. And thank you so much for being here. I truly mean that. I definitely need you guys in my life too. Otherwise, why do I have a channel? It's pointless. So stay safe out there. Enjoy your travels. Congratulations on your new job, and go have a wonderful weekend. All right. Let's see, air signs, they broke your heart, so fuck them. We're going to let go of that energy. We definitely don't want that, especially if you're dealing with heartbreak. You're focused on your money, so money, make it rain. Some more money coming in for the air signs as well. Stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. It's time to spend your time on someone worth it, and don't waste it on ridiculousness. Again, reciprocal energy. If they're not reciprocating, they're not for you. Stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. So make some changes. If things don't work, change the energy. Hearts to you too, Mr. Raw Nature. Hearts. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What do we need to know? Wow, we got a flipper here. Let's See, Seven of Wands, you also need to stand up for yourself and stick up for your dreams and your goals. Don't let people kind of put you in a corner or kind of defeat where you want to be in life. You need some sort of logic or calculated planning. And I feel like you are very wise that you're going to be able to manage this, but that you have to mount your defenses and that you have to come up with a well-laid logical plan. Some people are spying on you, so be cautious of that. Could be some gossip going around, could be some rumors flying. Ooh, and the full moon on Saturday is going to kind of be revealing that it's in Sagittarius and it's opposite of Gemini. So it's things coming to the surface. It's a lot of things that were hidden or about to be revealed. Gossip could be flying, rumors could be flying, but it's like the truth is going to be revealed about all of this, and it comes in very quickly. Knight of Wands, Knight of Coins. Travel, relocation, job change could be favored, moving into greener pastures, that things are starting to transform for your money. Could be a pay raise, could be a promotion, but good news coming. All right, carefree spirit, definitely some sort of positive attitude about the future, and justice, Libra energy. So it's like justice is finally going in your favor. Courts, contracts, legal issues are all possible. Those are things that you could be waiting on like a final decision, but I think it starts to turn things around and come in quickly. So good news for you guys as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Earth signs. Earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. What do we need to know for the weekend? You got a feeling that you just can't shake. That little voice inside of you, listen to that shit. That's your intuition. Don't ever ignore it. Stop texting, stop stalking, and stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. Spend your time on someone worth it and don't waste it on ridiculousness. So make sure that you're investing in things that are worth your time. If you're stalking somebody online, if you're constantly trying to see what they're up to and they don't reciprocate, then let go of that energy. It's not meant for you. Detox, drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. So you might need to detox, whether that's physically, mentally, throw some stuff away. You are loved. You are here for a reason, so don't fuck it up. Definitely, you need to remember that you're loved by the divine, and rebel, because fuck it. So be your true, authentic self this weekend. All right, Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorns. What do we have going on for you this weekend? Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorns. Ooh, the devil. So Capricorn energy. So we're dealing with things that are toxic, relationships, addictions, codependency, things that leave us feeling like we're stuck, trapped, and bound. We need to change that energy with the Tower. So something is majorly going to change in your life this weekend. I feel like some truth could be revealed under the full moon. That might also be something that's going on. But some things that aren't working definitely need to be addressed. And I feel like divine intervention is occurring to address those. I feel like this could be a lot of news coming to light, that some secrets will be revealed or exposed. Hopefully you're on the good side of this, not the negative side of this, but I definitely think some things are going to change. Could also be in the love department. Somebody might be having some sort of offer being made. King of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. This person might be coming in with a legitimate offer. That might really shake things up. You might already be involved with somebody, and this person's coming in regardless because they want you. I feel like they've been watching for a while. Their third eye is wide open. They're listening to their intuition, and something is giving them the green light to go forward and quickly. This person's probably not going to take no for an answer. I feel like this is somebody who's very determined to get exactly what they want, even if it causes conflict and chaos. And I know some earth signs thrive on conflict and chaos. It's like, I don't care. I'm getting what I want. I don't care how this goes down as long as it happens. Yep, they're coming in with some sort of offer. Four of Cups. They've been watching for a while. They've been watching from the shadows, or you have, and that this is something that they're coming in with. Yeah, they intend on getting a victory. They don't care that it's going to cause issues. They're like, nope, I'm coming in for the win. I think that this is going to be a challenge, and I think that's why you want it. That this is something that or someone that you have been admiring from afar for a while, and that it's like you've got to strike while the iron is hot. Maybe there's been a recent breakup, or you're going to find out that things aren't what they appear to be. Like if this person posts online about their relationship all the time or whatever, I think that that's not an accurate depiction. That it's like they're keeping up appearances is what they're giving me. Yeah, Six of Cups. This could be somebody from your past, or you're feeling really nostalgic about the past. Could be a past person. It doesn't have to be. But a lot of dealing with the past, overcoming the past, toxicity, toxic relationships, cycles, addictions, codependency. It's like we're finally releasing that from the past because here's our new opportunity. Again, we have a horseshoe symbolizing good luck. I think you're actually going to be successful. I think you actually are going to gain a victory in this. A lot of creative energy, a lot of like creative breakthroughs, spark of creativity, passions, following your passions, a passionate new encounter with somebody. What else do we have? Ooh, the Lovers. Yep, you have your eye on this person. Oh, man. All right, so Cupid's arrow has struck Gemini energy with the Lovers. This is somebody who absolutely wants to solidify things. They're tired of watching from a distance, that they want to come in with a legitimate offer, one that you won't refuse. It is going to change things dramatically in you guys' life, but you are manifesting this. So Aries energy with the Magician. This is something that you have contemplated for some time. I feel like you feel guided that this might be the time to actually do these things. You have all of the tools at your disposal. The question is, how do you intend on using them? Whatever you've been manifesting is coming in. So if this is love, it's coming in. It's taken a lot of strength to get to this victory. It's also something that you're overcoming challenges. You're taming the beast. Strength is Leo energy. So a lot of passion, a lot of fire that comes out with the Six of Wands. So I do think you're going to get your victory. Let's get one more card for you. Yep, you're going towards your forever person. You want marriage, you want union, you want things to change for the better because you only have eyes for this person. You've watched them for a long time. You've been waiting on things like divine timing to occur. You knew that there was some toxic things going on and you're waiting for those things to change, or you feel like it's time for you to create the change that you want to see. So you're manifesting, you're using all of the tools in your disposal, and you've had to be very strong in order to come in with this offer that you want to be received as legitimate, of commitment, things like that. Ooh, I have goosebumps. Yeah, that's some divine intervention occurring. So interesting for the earth signs, what's going on with you guys this weekend. I'm going to pull just some random decks for the closing of our reading here today. So we got weekend messages done. We did 3 different spreads for the mystery readings. I really liked those. That was fun. We're going to do that again. Let's see what kind of sign symbols and synchronicities. We'll get some songs. And we'll see what else comes through. All right, sign symbols and synchronicities. What signs or symbols need to come through for the collective? Kisses. So love is definitely a factor in this weekend's messages. So passion, love, affection, romance, and good luck. I mean, you can't make that up. This just keeps coming out. Good luck is on our side this weekend. So send a lot of love energetically to my collective. Passion, following your passions, going after who you want out of life. A lot of romance, a lot of affection, and a lot of good luck. Cinderella's shoe or Cinderella's slipper. So this is telling us that we first have to leave something behind. The fairy tale is ending and our new life is beginning. And we have to also be able to show some vulnerability. And that might be a bit of a challenge, especially in love. If our ego is winning, then we aren't able to be vulnerable. So remember that being your true authentic self is where we want to be. The biohazard. So watch out for toxicity, infections, virus, toxins, or toxic people. We're going to be very cautious of those. I think that's the fairy tale ending, that maybe you're dealing with people who are toxic, or it's like their negativity is infectious and we want to get rid of that. So we need to recharge. We need to make sure that our battery is full, that we're full of energy, that we're going towards something after we're well rested, that things aren't depleted. The train, on track to travel, departure, arrival, journey, or movement. Could be traveling, could be on the right track to go towards your forever person. the trident. A lot of power. So this is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Weathering a storm, controlling your emotions, and knowing that that gives you a lot of power. One more of these. What do we have? The crown. So this is the crown chakra. It's listening to divine intervention, divine influence, unity, wisdom, miracles, awareness, and bliss. So we need to resonate with that energy this weekend. Let's see what we have for some songs. What music needs to come through? What songs are we hearing? I'm moving on. So yeah, travel, departure, arrival, some sort of journey or movement, moving on from things that don't work in our life. Definitely leaving some things behind. Maybe leaving your past life behind, even like the life that isn't working, things that are negative or infectious. I feel like that we could be leaving behind. Won't go home without you. I'm telling you, there's somebody that is like got their eye on you. Somebody that doesn't want to give up, somebody that is willing to put forth effort. They feel challenged. They're like, I got this. Don't worry about it. Thinking out loud. Someone's brainstorming about how to go forward. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's a lot of forward progress collectively coming through. What else do we need to know? I would walk 500 miles. I actually really like this song. And I'm always giving this scenario of like, they need to meet you on your level, or they need to put forth reciprocal energy, right? So I would walk 500 miles. He's talking about not giving up. I would wake up and I would travel to you, something like that. Anyway, if you're interested in any of these songs, that one's by the Proclaimers. I would walk 500 miles. But he's talking about, I would come to you. I would meet you where you are. I would be willing to walk 500 miles just to get to you. So very determined energy. Songs about you, Brett Eldridge. So this is something where I feel like this person's seeing a lot of signs, symbols, synchronicities, reminders about you all over the place. And so they know that you're supposed to be in their life. They know like you're their person. And so they're willing to do whatever they have to do to be able to go towards this connection, because they know that it's significant, that it's special. All right. What else does the collective need to know this weekend? Sure my deck's not all upside down, and it was. What else do we need to know about this message for the collective? The Empress. So this is the divine feminine in tarot. She symbolizes all four of the queens, so she embodies all of that. Nurturing, fertility, accomplishments, nature, abundance, motherhood, and creation. So you could be creating a new life for yourself. Could be creating life. Maybe you're going to find out somebody's expecting in your world. 7 of Coins. Don't give up on your hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals. That there is some sort of investment that's going to pay off, some sort of reward. It's like this is the catalyst for you to get into the life that you want. Queen of Wands. You might have manifested this. A lot of independent energy, passion, confidence, fire sign energy. So a lot of potent creativity coming through. 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork will make the dream work for success. Study, growth, collaboration, teamwork, success. Don't forget to check in with your higher self. All right, the Moon. Making sure that we see things for reality, what they truly are. Trickery, melancholy, anguish, illusions, insecurity, or under a spell. So the fairy tale is ending. We have Cinderella's shoe. The fairy tale is ending. We're going to start to see things for what they are, especially this weekend under this full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. That's like the veil is going to be removed. The rose-colored glasses are being removed. We're going to see things for what they are so that we can go towards our new life where we really want to be, and not in stuck, stagnant energy, that we want to actually try and go forward towards where we're really meant to be. All right, 8 of Coins. Hard work will pay off. Determination, hard work, craftsmanship, maybe something that you're creating, that you're putting a lot of time and effort into, will pay off. What else do we have for this weekend? Yep, we're going to be victorious. There's some sort of victory, reward, fame being cast in the spotlight. Recognition for our accomplishments starts to pay off. 9 of Cups. Let's see. we had it in reverse. So greed, devastation, pessimism, addiction, and self-loathing. We've got to get out of that negative mindset. Just because you haven't seen something happen yet doesn't mean that it won't happen. Sometimes it's just in divine timing, and that's always the best timing. All right, 4 cups. We have an unexpected love offer coming. I feel like this person sees you as very independent, very confident, but they're not giving up without a fight. We have won't go home without you. I would walk 500 miles. They're brainstorming. I feel like this person is really coming up with a calculated plan of how do I align this? How do I make this actually happen? You're in a state of like daydreaming, lack of awareness, an offer of love that you don't expect coming. Also abundance coming because of the teamwork. New business venture, money, abundance, a gift from the universe, 7 of Wands, because we're standing up for ourselves and what we want. We're seeing through the trickery, the illusions, and that we are enduring what we want. We're standing up for ourselves, our beliefs, and we're mounting our defenses. Knight of Coins, travel, relocation, job change, hard work is paying off, moving to greener pastures, relocating. The Devil, because we're overcoming the toxic cycles, we are about to be rewarded. Greed, controversy, violence, addictions, toxic relationships, codependency, feeling trapped. We're overcoming all of those. We're headed towards love. Yep. And balance. Union. The 4 of Wands is fire sign energy. It's stability. It's celebration. It's time with family, creating a family. So we're letting go of the toxic stuff to create the life that we always wanted. I love this. 9 of Wands. Our guard is still a little bit high. And I think when this offer comes in, you might be a little bit guarded. You've been through a lot before. You're kind of like retreating, licking your wounds in some cases, but that your walls are very high. You've had to have a lot of endurance. And so this offer takes you by surprise. It's unexpected. You don't see it coming. Or the person, whoever's making the offer, the other person doesn't see it coming. All right, what is this? 10 of Wands. We have this in reverse. That's actually really good. In reverse, it's letting go of things. You've been stretched too thin, you're burnout. So you're trying to rest and recharge, recover your energy. So that's important. You might be overcommitted to things. So you might need to give up some things in order to have your blessing come in. Like I was saying earlier, make the space energetically or physically for your blessings to come in. They have to have room in your life to enter. 8 of Wands, some sort of communication. I feel like someone from the past could be resurfacing as well, but you need to make sure that you're not under this person's spell. Don't get stuck in a period of illusions, that you need to mount your defenses, stick up for yourself, fight for your beliefs, and that this communication is coming in quickly. So results, some sort of results could be like test results or something coming through, speed, travel, and communication. It's going to take a lot of strength on your part to be determined to get there, but your hard work will pay off. You need some courage, some conviction, some patience, and then you've got a new beginning, the Ace of Wands. So I like this. This is a lot of creative energy, new beginnings, and growth, that you've had to go through a lot to get there. Your life is drastically changing, and that you need to really trust your intuition, that there's going to be lots of like hiccups or bumps along the road, but I think that you will be victorious regardless of all of those things. Oh, one more. And the Emperor, Aries energy. So not only do we have creativity, growth, and new beginnings, we have the Emperor. So calculated strategic moves and risks, stability, leadership, bravery, bold action, structure, strategic moves, and fatherhood. And we have the Empress. This person is going towards their forever person. They want to have union. They want things to be successful. The fairy tale is ending so that the true new life can actually begin. You will be victorious. You could be traveling, relocating to see this person. I think you're brainstorming. You're like, I'm not going home without them. They're my person. I know they are. I want them. And I'm going to convince them one way or the other that I'm their person if they don't know that already. I think you're going to be victorious. If the toxic cycles have been overcome, I think you're going forward into some sort of stable union. And I think it's taken a lot of strength and a lot of endurance, overcoming a lot of obstacles, doubts, fears, all those things in order to really get where you want to be. All in all, I think this is a fantastic reading for the weekend. Don't be surprised if you don't hear about like twin flames or soulmates coming into union. There's going to be more and more of them coming into union over the next few years until like 2025. And so this is part of the plan to shift the collective frequency of Earth to the higher dimension. So we have union that's coming in. That's what I have for the weekly live. I hope it helps. I'll put a poll up next week as well for the next live. So take it easy. Have a great weekend. And we will see you guys next week for your weekly readings. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.